Hey guys, welcome to the third devlog video about my action platformer game. So in this video I'm going to tell you about all the progress I managed to make in the last 1.5 months. Also, I'm happy to announce that now my friend Max will join the development process of my game, and now we're developing it together, and it's pretty cool I think, because now it's just gonna make things a lot faster and we're gonna just in general finish the game quicker. Also, it is just a lot more fun to develop the game together, either fixing bugs or coming up with new mechanics or cool features for the game. Also, my friend is a lot better than me at programming, so now he does all the programming stuff. First of all, we had to face a lot of bug fixing during this 1.5 months. It was because my friend Max was not really familiar with my code. Honestly, the code that I made was pretty bad, so we had to rework a good chunk of it. And a lot of bugs occurred when we were implementing the new mechanic that I'm gonna tell you about in this devlog. In case you haven't watched my last devlog videos, which I actually highly suggest, I'm gonna do a quick recap for you guys. So in the last devlog videos, I made all the character movement mechanics. I actually reworked some of the unique mechanics. I added a slide mechanic, which works pretty fine. Even now, it is now in the game, it works cool. It adds some cool movement features. So let me tell you about the new mechanic for our game. As I've said in my previous videos, I want this game to be pretty fast and actiony, kinda like a mix between Pizza Tower and Celeste. The player has a pizza bag on his back because he's a pizza delivery guy. And my main idea was he is not really happy with his job and he actually hates it, and this pizza bag kind of represents the weight that drags him back in life and doesn't let him to do all the things he maybe wanted to do. Maybe he wanted to become a scientist or an engineer or, I don't know, a game developer, but he cannot because he works as a pizza delivery guy. He thinks that he is a loser. It's like a big weight on his back that he cannot get rid of. But you know, I have been thinking a lot about this, and I think that in any negative thing there's a positive thing, kind of like yin and yang. So my idea is that he is actually going to use this pizza bag to his advantage. Now, how am I going to realize that idea in a platformer game? So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys played or at least heard of a game called Super Mario Odyssey. And in that game, there's a mechanic that uses your hat, the Mario's hat. So Mario throws his hat in front of him and then jumps on it. And that way, he kind of does sort of a double jump. In a 3D platformer like Mario Odyssey, this mechanic works pretty well. So I thought that maybe I could add something like this to a 2D platformer with my pizza bag. I told about that idea to my friend, and yeah, we came up to the conclusion that that is a pretty cool mechanic. We spent like a week perfecting this mechanic. We had to face a lot of bugs. In the end, it turned out pretty cool. So the player throws his bag under him, then he jumps on it, he does a little cool animation, little silly animation, and I think by adding this new pizza bag double jump mechanic, the game became even more fast and satisfying to play. Also, this pizza bag double jump mechanic is made in such a way that it allows player to do this double jump not only after he does his first jump, but also after he just, for example, slid off the wall. He can do this double jump. When he fell off the platform, he can also perform this double jump. It is maybe kind of weird, but it adds some cool variety to the player's movement. We thought that these mechanics seem pretty cool and fun, and we have actually came up with some unique levels that will use this mechanic. For example, this one. I think there's a lot of places where we can use this feature. And let me know guys what you think about all of this. How does it look? Feels pretty satisfying to play. You know, in a lot of platformers there's the thing, if your character stays on the edge of the platform, he will perform a wobbly, kind of like balancing on edge animation. There's such a thing in Fez, in Celeste, so I thought that adding something like this would be cool. It will actually make the main character seem more alive. So I spent about a day to really nail this animation. It was pretty hard. You can see now how it looks like in the game. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Also, for the last couple days, I've been changing all the sprites and adding shadows to them, which was pretty hard and time consuming. And yeah, I think with shadows, the player really looks a little bit different and I think better. In the last video, I told you guys about my new feature mechanic that I call boosting. So we had to rework this thing a little bit in order for it to fit the gameplay of the game and just to be a little bit more clear to the player. So we made it that this boost activates when the player performs a combo of actions. We made a list of combos, for example 3 wall jumps, or when you do a slide then jump, the game will also count that as a combo. Also, it is important for the player to do all of those actions fast in order for the game to count them as a combo. So all the combos are actually equal. It doesn't work like some combo gives you the first level of boost and another combo gives you the second level of boost immediately. So if you perform a combo of actions and you don't have a boost on you yet, you will get the first level of boost, which will give you yellow trail and just in general increase your running speed. Maybe you'll jump a little higher, you know, just to make the gameplay seem faster for you. And while you in that yellow boost, if you do another combo of actions, that will actually level up your boost, and now you're even more fast. Your trail is now bright red and you can really feel that you're running fast. I made some cool effects, you know, some particle effects when the player does a combo of actions and when he receives this boost. Either it is yellow or red. Also, we made it that if the player currently has a boost on him, if he crashes into a wall or doesn't press the slide button in the right moment, he will get stunned for some time. This feature will make maintaining high speed a little bit harder, so that these boost mechanics are not overpowered. So as you know, or maybe you don't, in our game there are going to be 3 main worlds, and in each world now there are going to be several big levels, and each big level will consist of several small levels. So kind of like in Celeste, you know, when each location is just a lot of small levels. Right now I'm trying to create a tutorial level. I think by the time the next devlog comes out, the first test build of the game will be available on our Patreon, where you will be able to play maybe the first location or the tutorial level, I don't know yet. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of exclusive content there, so you should definitely consider checking it out. The link will be in the description. And I think that's pretty much it for this devlog video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.